Thanks for joining us on the program today. Tonight, we delve into a tragedy rather, that has shaken the heart of Nigeria. The town of Mokwa in Niger State has been submerged by what experts are calling the worst flooding in over 6 decades. Almost 200 lives lost, many still missing, and thousands displaced. Homes, schools, and farmlands have been washed away, leaving behind a trail of devastation. But beyond these harrowing statistics lie stories of resilience, systemic failures, and urgent questions about our preparedness in the face of climate change. Joining me is my colleague, Chineme Bamae, who has been on the ground in Mokwa, covering the aftermath firsthand. And later, I'll be joined by Desmond Majekodumi, an environmentalist, an environmental expert, to discuss the broader implications and necessary interventions. But let's begin with Chineme, who joins me live from Mokwa. It's been quite a number of days covering this story. Chineme, describe for us the current situation in Mokwa. What stories or individuals stand out during your coverage?
Live from Mokwa. It's been quite a number of days covering this story. Chineme, describe for us the current situation in Mokwa. What stories or individuals stand out during the coverage?
Hi, Nifemi. It's good to join you this evening from Mokwa here in Niger State. For the past 3-4 days now, we've been covering the flood devastation that happened on Thursday, in the early hours of Thursday morning. Right now, we have over 150 deaths. The numbers are still increasing, and just right behind me is the scene of the incident, one of the most affected area, and I've been here today. If you go close to that place, you can start perceiving smell of decomposed bodies. So right now, the numbers of the missing persons is quite huge. I've spoken to quite a number of people today, and for the past 3 days, they keep telling me that they've not seen their family members. They are not amongst the corpse that were being recovered. So it's quite a tragic one and a sad one in this place.
An international media platform is quoting 500 persons still missing. And according to them, a local authority is saying that they have stopped search and rescue efforts. Is that something you can confirm?
It's still ongoing by the locals. They're coordinating the effort themselves. And just this morning, I was at the house of one of the local chiefs, and they called that they found a particular body in some areas, and he just asked that they bury the body there because it is decomposing already. They are not giving up on that, although it's safe to presume that any body that has not been found by this time should most likely be dead already. So, but they're still looking for bodies. As I just confirmed this morning, they still found another body in a particular location. So rescue operations is still going, this time not to rescue the individual, but just looking for their body, I can say.
On Sunday, National Emergency Management Agency announced it had started the process of providing relief packages to the affected persons. How have local and national emergency services really responded to this crisis? Are there any gaps you've noticed?
All right, so for the response, I think it can be better actually, because the response in my assessment was not the best that could have been given. I was here from day one when the whole thing began. We had officials of the National Emergency Management Agency and also the Niger State Emergency Management Agency visit this place that took records, but after then you would expect that aid will start moving into this community, or a camp for displaced persons would be set up. But for the next 3-4 days, we didn't see any of that. I've been in this community reporting the story, even down to today. There wasn't aid yet. I know today the wife of the governor visited this place, and then they made some cash donations, and then other organizations, businesses brought in some items, but no aid from these agencies yet. Later, I spoke with the local chief here that is coordinating the rescue efforts for his people, and he told me that they brought that NEMA brought in some aid, they showed them, and they took it back. That's quite unfortunate for a people that are in need of urgent help. It's quite some incredible story, that they brought mattresses, they brought beddings, but they returned them. And I was wondering, I spoke with one of the officials today, and he said the reason was because they were trying to still get proper records. Well, I don't know how that is coming off for people that need this help urgently. And for the past 3 days, they were complaining. You could see okay, you can't zoom in to see. I wish I can zoom in so I could see what's happening behind me. You find these people returning to this site every day to look for personal belongings that they can use to put up. You find people looking for pots, maybe maybe even a mattress or a couch, that they can find because they need something to actually put up with. The camp for the displaced person that's supposed to be set up in the primary school was not set up because there was nothing in there to bring the people. So instead of the people staying there without any form of assistance, they'd rather go to put up with their relatives, and then in the morning they come back to this place. So I think the response was not the best. It can be better.
So 5 days after the incident, no aid coming from NEMA or the State Emergency Management Agency for the people of Mokwa. What do you think are their immediate needs right now? What does recovery mean for Mokwa as we speak?
All right, quite a number of things. First, these people need basic things like shelter, very basic. By this time, I expect that we should have you should have tents around this place to provide temporary shelter for these people. The the magnitude or the this kind of disaster is quite different. This is flood. It washes away everything. It's not like in an area where, let's say, people are displaced because of insecurity and you could just put security around and the people can stay in their houses. This one, everything was washed away. So the first thing that you need is a roof over your head. The rains are here, right? It's rained on Saturday morning, on Sunday morning. And I was just thinking, I say, hope it doesn't fall heavily in this place because of these people. So they need emergency, they need tents, they need shelter. Also, they need food. These people have to put up with relations around. They need food, they need clean water, and also they need sanitation. If you move close to this place, like I said earlier, this place is beginning to ooze because there are decomposed bodies buried under rubbles here. They need to clean up this place immediately. If not, an outbreak of disease is imminent. And also, another aspect that people are not talking about is their mental health. Some of these people, some of the survivors lost all their family members. Like I said in different reports, that the magnitude of disaster here is unprecedented in a way that the loss of lives the loss of lives is quite different. You find that a whole family is gone, completely obliterated, and a whole extended family. And then for the survivors, I spoke to a guy this morning. He said 9 persons from his house could not be found, and they found just one body. Now imagine that kind of someone like that. He needs some form of consolation. His mental health needs to be taken care of, but we don't have all of that here. I expect that some experts should be sent to this place to just talk to these people, console them, because they are grieving in such a very huge way.
Chinami, you've been there since Thursday when this incident happened. Who has been there? You talked about the NEMA boss. Has the governor himself visited? Have you seen the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs?
All right. So this place has not received visitors commensurate with the level of destruction in this place. I must tell you, Nifemi, the lives that were lost in this place is quite huge. And you would expect that people in authority would troop into this place just to console the people. But what we've seen so far is a far cry from our expectations. Today, the wife of the governor visited this place. A couple of days ago, the deputy governor of Niger State visited this place, Yakubu Gadba, and the NEMA boss came, of course. I think those are the the big people in authority that I can recall, um, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and the Minister of Information were part of the federal government delegation that was sent to come and commiserate with the people. But they paid that condolence visit in Mina, the state capital. You know, I, that's where but they didn't come to this place. So I don't know if they have plans to come and see for themselves, but I don't know. Maybe their agencies will relay the message back to them. But I think those are the people that have been here so far. Also, the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi Island visited the state today. Also in Mina, the state capital, and also gave a cash donation of 20 million naira. Yes, and also, of course, the Director General of NEMA visited this place a couple of days ago. So that's pretty much the caliber of people that have come. We've not even seen their traditional leaders around this place. So it's
So
just that way.
the governor himself has not been in Mokwa. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs has not visited. Can you tell quickly if there's any early warning systems in place? How did the community prepare for such an event, if at all?
Okay, so Mokwa is one of the areas that NIMET predicts will suffer from heavy rainfall due to the climate change. And there's been that warning, but you can tell that the people were not adequately sensitized. I think the National Orientation Agency needs to do more in sensitizing the people, because I've spoken to these people. They said nothing like this has happened to them before. So they weren't expecting it. There is a huge drainage just right behind me, and there are houses along the corridors of the drainage already, to tell you that these people do not know the danger of building around this place. And also, they didn't expect it. There wasn't early warning. There was an early warning sign by NIMET, but I'm not sure it got to this place or some level of enforcement was done. If not, these people should not be living around this place. And they've been living here for years, because this has never happened. They didn't see the need to move out of this corridor, but now it has happened. I hope that some form of sensitization can be carried out along other areas, especially communities that live along the bank of the river Niger. It's almost a recurring incident after each year that those communities are flooded. It's recurring, and I don't think that anything is being done concerning them right now.
Stench of the composing bodies buried under rubble now permeates the air in the community, and you are talking also about the need for an urgent intervention to avoid a possible disease outbreak. It's another day you watch the news and it turns your belly. Sad tale indeed. Hopefully help comes to the people of Mokwa just in time. Chiname Bamaye live for us in Mokwa Delta, Niger State. Thank you so much for the update.